No man is an island. No man stands alone. Treat each man as your brother, and remember each man's dream as your own. That should be good enough.
Jamaican music is like a road paved with talent, with entertainers who devoted their life to giving us timeless music. One specific entertainer we speak of was given the title the Crown Prince of Reggae from our very own king of reggae music, Bob Marley. Dennis Emmanuel Brown is the artist to remember.
Right now you know we unstoppable. Unstoppable, that mean them can't stop you. Unstoppable, so now we are trained.
Welcome back, viewers. If you are not yet a part of the Unstoppable family, please consider clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell so that once we upload a video, you will get that alert. Dennis Brown was born February 1st, 1957. He was a Jamaican reggae singer who had a very prolific career which began in the late 1960s. Dennis first discovered his love for music at the tender age of 11, but his very first professional recording was at age 13.
Well, I started at the age 13 doing singing, making records professionally, you know. And I started with Downbeat, Cox and Dad, you know. But while working with Downbeat now was like going to a college.
During his lifespan as a reggae entertainer, Dennis recorded more than 75 albums and is one of the major key players in Lovers Rock, which is a sub-genre of reggae. The legendary Bob Marley stated that Dennis Brown was his favorite singer and dubbed him the Crown Prince of Reggae. Dennis Brown would prove influential on the future generations of reggae singers.
People like Alton Ellis, you had people like the Heptones, Lascelles Perkins, and Lloyd James, you know.
As a younger singer, Dennis Brown was influenced by a select few: Delroy Wilson, John Holt, Ken Booth, and a few others.
Well, at the time, you had people like Lou Rawls, you know. Lou Rawls had a lot of influence on me. You know, you had people like Nat King Cole, you know. You had groups like the Temptations, you know. You had a group called the Delphonics.
Dennis Brown's voice has never been replicated to this day, as there has still not been one other singer sounding similar to his melodic tone.
Somehow, I think my style is a very unique one, wherein I always try and improvise. You know, I don't just try and sing one way all the time, you know. I try and improvise as much as possible, you know, and with that you find I create, you know, a very unique style. The autumn leaves drift by the window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, your sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you've been away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear your winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves starts to fall.
In 1972, Dennis Brown began an association which would result in his success as an international artist. He was asked by Joe Gibbs to record an album for him, and one of the songs on that album was Money in My Pocket.
Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. I'm praying for a girl to be my own. Soon they said she coming, but I don't believe a word she said. 'Cause she ran away and left me one rainy day. She made me had in mind that her love would never die, and now I'm alone, so alone, so alone, yeah, yeah, yeah. Money in my pocket. A nice tune. Yeah. People them love it.
Money in My Pocket was a hit to the UK audience and quickly became his stage favorite for live performances.
She said she love me, but I don't believe a word she said, 'cause she ran away and left me wondering.
Another popular song by Dennis Brown would be Wolf and Leopards, which in his own words he explains was written based on the vibe he was in at the moment.
Too much wagoners, too much antagonists. Wolves and leopards are trying to kill the sheep and the shepherd. Wolves and leopards are trying to kill the sheep and the shepherd, yeah. Too much informers, too much tale bearers. Too much informers, too much tale bearers. Well, even a song like that now, that came about through vibes. You know, we were in the studio and because rhythm wasn't made for Wolf and Leopard at the same time, you know. We were in the studio, Nine had the rhythm, you know, and we were around by Lee Perry studio, Black Hawk studio. So the rhythm was on a 2-track and they were playing it and everyone was saying, yes, this rhythm nice, you know.
In the late 1990s, Dennis Brown's health began to deteriorate, and it was alleged that it was probably due to a long-standing issue with drug addiction. In 1999, after a tour in Brazil with fellow entertainers, Dennis Brown was diagnosed with pneumonia. After returning to Kingston, Jamaica on the evening of June 30, 1999, he was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital, suffering from cardiac arrest. On the following day after being admitted to the hospital, Dennis Emmanuel Brown died July 1st, 1999.
I man I go back there. Everyone I go back there. We must have to go back there. Yeah, black man have to go back in Africa. Chinese man I go back in China. Syrian I go back in Syria. Indians I go back in India. We must have to go back there. Anything they do, we must have to get through. Anything they say, we must have to go back there. We must have to go back in Africa. Chinese man I go back in China.
The official cause of death was reported to be a collapse of the lungs. The then sitting Prime Minister, Mr. P.J. Patterson, along with the then opposition leader, Mr. Edward Seaga, both spoke at Dennis Brown's funeral, which was held on the 17th of July, 1999. His funeral was 3 hours long, which featured performances from Maxi Priest, Shaggy, and 3 of his sons. Dennis Brown was later laid to rest at the National Heroes Park in Kingston. Prince of Reggae, as he was popularly called, has left us with a repertoire of music which will continue to satisfy the hearts and minds of all generations to come. And in the words of the then Prime Minister, Mr. P.J. Patterson, while paying tribute at his funeral, said that Brown has distinguished himself to be one of the greatest musicians of our time. If you like this video, please feel free to comment in the comment section and tell us your favorite Dennis Brown song. Or please Also consider subscribing to our channel. If you would like any artist to be remembered, please comment the name in the comment section and our team will definitely look into it. This has been another artist to remember. Unstoppable TV, no matter what, don't make nobody stop you. I'm out.
Right now, you know we unstoppable. Unstoppable.